obstacle or just gonna climb on. It's gonna be really cool. Your brain gonna say, man, you want to climb this thing? I don't have the willpower, I don't have the energy, I feel really bad about this, I feel threatened. And so you're gonna make you procrastinate with some excuses that we Welcome my friend, welcome to Conquer the Town. We're gonna make sure to get crazy productive to have epic results in your daily life. And today's topic gonna be how to overcome any obstacle, the collapse path method. What do I mean about the collapse path method? As you can see right here, there's a little problem in the way. You have a project, you know what you want to accomplish, you have the motivation, but at a moment there's gonna be an obstacle and you won't know what to do. So we're gonna try to imagine it, what we will do if really in a real life we met some kind of collapse like that. So it's gonna be really cool. I really invite you to grab pen and paper. It's gonna be awesome. You're gonna have a great idea of what you can do for that. Okay guys, I have really good inspiration about open world RPG and all those things. And both of us know that at the moment if you make a mountain and an obstacle, you will search for another way. You will search for the information to make sure that you can pass the thing. But the problem is a lot of people when they meet an obstacle they just get frustrated, they start panicking, they start bumping their head inside of it, and it doesn't really work. So today we're gonna make sure to have a step-by-step process inspired a little about video game to make sure to get out of this obstacle. The first thing that you do when you meet an obstacle in a video game or in real life, you make a quick peek around. You try to understand what lead you to this obstacle. How could you just find another way around? Maybe avoid the obstacle in one road to make sure that you can keep going on the way and accomplish something meaningful at the end of the day. Because if you just bump your head on an obstacle that you don't need to to solve at the end of the day, it's not really a good use of your time. So make sure you just pick around, try to find another way, try to avoid the obstacle as easy as that. The question that you might ask yourself to make sure that you can solve the problem will be, ask the question, how could I solve it right now? In 2 minutes, 1 minute flat, you're good. Next thing, is there another way to get to my goal? Maybe you don't need to solve the problem as I told you. Maybe it's just some kind of distraction, on your path. So make sure to understand that. Next thing, don't overthink it, experiment. If you found a solution, apply it, and you're gonna see it's gonna be really good. You might have saw it, but the next point gonna be to gain perspective. Others' perspective is possible. What do I mean about that? Well, a lot of people when they meet an obstacle, what would they get frustrated? What would they give up? Well, it's usually because they just fall in love with their plan. They say, man, I know the road, I'm gonna accomplish that this way, I know what I'm doing, I feel good about this, it's gonna be amazing. So they keep bumping their head on the wall, and after a moment they just feel too tired, too frustrated. They see, man, my time is worth nothing, I keep investing on that, but I don't see the results. So, what do I mean about gaining perspective? There is a keyword right here, which is others. You have to find the perspective, you have to understand, to find somebody who know the issue, somebody who know your industry, somebody who know the problem, if that's again collapse path. Maybe you have somebody in a village who will tell you, okay, you don't need to do that to do your quest, you just have to go around right here, there is a shortcut I will tell you, just have to pay me a bill, something like that, Try to understand the information, try to find somebody who already met the problem, already solved it, try to gain some perspective on that, and don't fall in love with your plan, that's the worst way you could give up your goal. You say, man, I know what I'm doing. After a moment you just feel tired, you just feel terrible, and you won't do anything. So if you want to overcome an obstacle, you want to search information from somebody who have experience in the past, the problem or something similar. Don't ask people who don't know anything what they're talking about. I'm sure that you know the problem, A lot of people will tell you, man, if you want to lose weight, just eat some fries. I don't know the idea, but you get the point. There is some people who are gonna tell you, man, you should do this, you should do that. They have no clue from what they're talking about. They just want to kind of help you or just tell you that something about their philosophy. Make sure that you don't listen to those people. Next thing, implement the knowledge that you learn, because I like to say that 56 technique is not worth one applied, so the new knowledge, you apply this to make sure that you gain extension and that you know what you're doing the next time. So make sure that you apply this, and we're gonna go for the next point. We already learned a lot. I just wanted to tell you that it will be really cool if you could leave me a comment with the technique that speaks the most to you so I can emphasize it and reinforce it for the next video. More than that, if you have a problem in your life about procrastination, productivity and goal setting, don't hesitate to put that in the comments so I can understand the problem that you have, because I don't want to make video just to make video. I want to make video that will help real people to accomplish something in their life. So make my pleasure. put a comment and we keep going with the video. This one is pretty short but also really important. As I told you, a lot of people just fall in love with their plan and they forget their goal. They just focus on the obstacle. They say, man, this thing in my life is terrible, I'm gonna give all my energy, and they don't accomplish anything, they're not productive. So make sure to understand that and make sure that now you can find another way to pass this obstacle by focusing on your goal, Try to remake your plan, from where you are, to make sure that those type of obstacles are not a problem anymore. So make sure that you can maybe find another way to replan your goal, to accomplish it without thinking about any obstacle like that. Now let's imagine that you're still, in front of this obstacle, in front of the path, and you don't know what to do. What time is it? It's time to find your drill, to learn how to use it also, It's time to use a drill and to bump your head until the thing disappears. What do I mean about that? Sometimes some obstacles are just inevitable. You have to do so. Maybe you need a website. You can't tell me, okay, I'm gonna create a YouTube channel. Could be a way, but that's not a website. So you have to find your tool, your resources, and your skill to make sure that the thing match and you can accomplish the thing. Let's imagine you have a little cliff or you have something that you have to pass over. Okay, you have a grappling, but you don't know how to use it, Your tool is not useful in this situation. That's why you have to match the tool that you'll need to solve the problem and to pass the obstacle, and the skill that you'll need also. Because you can have skill, you know how to make a website, or you know how to do something, I don't know, And the problem is you don't have the grappling, you can't move anywhere. To make sure that you understand, that you research the information that you need to pass the obstacle, and make a plan to solve the problem right here. Search the information, tool and skill that you'll need to done the project, and after that make a little plan, something simple, don't overthink it, just make it, and so you can start on it, and make it easy to start and get started on that. Now we're gonna make sure that this problem in the future is no more. You don't have to face those, you're gonna save your time, no more frustration, no more guilt, and you just get the thing done. You just take the piece of paper that we talked about and you're gonna analyze what brought you here, Just a little question, maybe you didn't plan the thing as you thought, maybe you just didn't know about the obstacle, because when people start a project, maybe they just didn't know that the path was just blocked by this collapsed path, Just make sure that you take a little note and that is get in your brain, and so the next time there is some kind of obstacle like that, something similar, you can just solve the problem, you know what you have to do, and you're good, So you know that you have to plan in certain ways so the obstacle is not more a problem. So just do so, and I see you for the next point. Now that you have the tool, the resources, the skill, now that you know everything that you'll need to solve this problem, you have to make sure that you define your climbing path. But why is that important? Well, as I told you, a lot of people are just gonna see a wall, they're gonna see the obstacle, just gonna bump their head until the thing disappears. Doesn't really work. We know that they get frustrated, their willpower just raise, and they just give up, Really bad strategy. So we have to define a climbing path, and one of the keywords will be path. Why is that this important? Well, every time you tell your brain, okay, there's an obstacle, I'm just gonna climb on, it's gonna be really cool. Your brain gonna say, man, you want to climb this thing? I don't have the willpower, I don't have the energy, I feel really bad about this, I feel threatened. And so you're gonna make you procrastinate with some excuses that we talk in one of my videos about mind's mind. You're gonna tell you some excuses to make sure that you procrastinate and you give up on your goal. You're gonna say, well, we're gonna play for 10 minutes. After 4 hours, you just procrastinated. The next day, you're gonna feel guilty and you will not kill this obstacle. So make sure that you get the first line. What do I mean about that? You have to define the first steps to make sure that you don't see only the top and you get frustrated. The next thing, okay, you have the first step, you have to break the thing down. I don't know what this is not on the article, but you have to break the thing down to make sure that you understand, you have to go there, there, and there. You can't drift your way to the top of the mountain. So make sure that you break the thing down. And the last thing, you have to get started and you have to make it stupid easy to start, When that's stupid easy to start, your brain don't have any excuses to procrastinate. You will not tell you, okay, maybe 2 minutes for video game. No, because that's easy to start. To make sure that you do so, and you're gonna see it's gonna be really cool. We're gonna destroy this obstacle and we're gonna accomplish a lot of things. We're close to the end with the best part, with the recap and all those things. I just wanted to tell you that it would be really cool if you could leave me a comment with the main thing that you suffer from in procrastination, productivity, and goal setting. Because the channel, I want to help real people with real problem with videos. So make my pleasure, leave a comment, leave a like. I'm gonna make a little recap. You're gonna see it's gonna be really cool. Okay, time for the recap, but more than that, time to take action. As you can see right now, I have what now? What will we do in the, when we finish the video? Very simple. You have to define the section that spoke the most to you. What do I mean about spoken the most to you? I don't talk about English. I'm talking about something that you will apply, that you feel that you can tackle today to have maximum result. More than that, we're gonna apply also the 80-20, the 20-80, the idea that there is one technique in all this article, all this video, that will bring you 80% of the result for 20% of the effort. So make my pleasure, choose the one, and we're gonna apply it just after that. So, little recap. Right here, okay, off to overcome, pretty good thumbnail, thank you. First thing, quick peek around, make sure that you understand that how you could solve the problem in 2 minutes, or maybe the problem doesn't exist, it's just in your head. So make sure that you ask this question. Next thing, get an other's perspective. There is somebody who already met the problem in his life, and maybe you have some insight that you don't know on the problem, and that will make your life so easy and you won't give up on your goal. Okay, next thing. Find another way to pass the problem. Maybe you don't have to think about the problem. Just replan your goal and you're gonna be really good, you're gonna be real fine. Next thing. Prepare the drill and learn how to use it. If you have a grappling, you can't use so make sure that you understand the right tool, right resources, right people to solve the problem and kill this obstacle and learn how to use them. Because if you don't know how to use them, you will just take advantage of it and you will not go really far. So next thing, analyze what brought you here to make sure that the problem don't recap itself, don't come again in your future life, and make sure that this is something that you master so you can transfer it in the next project, Next thing. Okay, prepare the thing, we are really good. Define the climbing path to make sure that your brain don't think about the full problem, the full obstacle. It just felt terrible. You will tell you, man, we're gonna procrastinate because I don't feel good about this, Make sure to define those to make sure this is easy to do so. So you break the thing down, you get the first step that you have to do, you make it super easy to start and you get going. Okay. Choose the one that talks to you the most to make sure that you take action and that you bring you a lot of results. Just before we go, I just wanted to show you that in the description you have a PDF with all the things that you'll need on procrastination and productivity to accomplish a lot of things. Just wanted to show you a little, that's a really good compilation with a lot of content that you'll need to make sure you can accomplish a lot of things. So make my pleasure, just check it out. And the next thing will be the article if you want to take some time for you like to read. I don't know you, man, but if you want to check it out, same thing in the description. More than that, it was Louis from Go Conquer. Make my pleasure, subscribe, leave a like, and I'll see you in the next video.